All right, Shalom. This is Gamal Allah out of Great Millstone, Atlanta. First and foremost, giving all praises to YAHAWAH, BAHSHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHSHAM, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the Akim are pushing out this truth and sincerity. All right, now this is a quick lesson. All right, and this is going to be centered around the coronavirus, also market crashes, everything surrounding this coronavirus and the repercussions. Now, I've got a couple articles, and first I'll say this coronavirus doesn't look like it's showing any signs of slowing down. All right, if anything, it's amping up. All right, and they also said that by they predicted by mid-April that the store shelves will be empty. All right, because it's growing, man. It's growing. It's over in I believe 100 countries. I think they said, if I'm not mistaken. All right, but this thing is it's all over. Now it says this is blacklisted news. U.S. hospital beds will be filled by about May 8th if coronavirus continues to spread. It says America may run out of hospital beds by about May 8th, according to Associate Director of Science and Technology for the Good Food Institute. All right, we can expect that we'll continue to see doubling of cases every 6 days. This is typical doubling time across several epidemiological studies. Here I meant actual cases. Confirmed cases may appear to rise faster in the short term due to new test kit rollouts. We're looking at about 1 million cases by the end of April, 2 million by May 5th, 4 million by May 11th, and so on. Okay, so basically they're saying this thing is going to double every 6 days, and that's exponential growth. All right, that is not showing any signs of slowing down. Okay, this thing is happening. It's there's like that one precept. Who can turn it back? It's actually talking about the missiles. All right, but hey, who can turn it back, man? Who can turn back this virus? At this point, it's inevitable. The only thing that these governments can do is do their best to do the best they can to slow it down and to control it. But really, there's no way they can control it. It's out of their control. But the best they can do is slow it down. Okay. All right, and ultimately it's the Lord doing these things. A lot of these people think that, some people know that it's man-made, and really it's the Lord. The Lord allows these viruses to he makes it. Okay, he puts in the spirit of these scientists, these gooks, whoever made it in Wuhan or whatever. He put it in their spirit to make this thing, man. This is a gift from the Lord, or I'll say judgment rather. All right, now it says, what does the caseload of this size mean for healthcare system? We'll examine just two factors: hospital beds and masks, among many other things that will be impacted. The U.S. has about 2.8 hospital beds per 1,000 people. With a population of 330 million, this is 1 million beds. At any given time, 65% of those beds are already occupied. That leaves about 330,000 beds nationwide. Let's trust Italy's numbers and assume that 10% of cases are serious enough to require hospitalization. Keep in mind that for many patients, hospitalization lasts for weeks. In other words, turnover will be very slow as beds fill with COVID-19. Okay, which basically, this isn't just 1 day, 2 day hospital visit. All right, if you're hospitalized, man, you're gonna be in there. Okay. It says, yeah, it says hospitalization lasts for weeks. Okay, because they need, what are they saying? It takes like 14 days to detect it. All right, it says by this estimate, by about May 8th, all open hospital beds in the U.S. will be filled. This says nothing, of course, about whether these beds are suitable for isolation of patients with a highly infectious virus. Okay, let's see. If we're wrong by a factor of 2 regarding the fraction of severe cases, that only changes the timeline of bed saturation by 6 days in either direction. If 20% of cases require hospitalization, we'll run out of beds by May 2nd. If 5% of cases require, we can make it until May 14th. 2.5 gets us to May 20th. This, of course, assumes that there is no upstick in demands for beds from other viruses such as dubious assumption. All right, and it hasn't even, I believe they said it actually has mutated. All right, but if this thing mutates, then that means it's going to get worse. All right. So, um, if you look at the news, all right, and you were looking at the when it was in Wuhan, all right, those hospitals were full, man. You know, you had Asians, Chinese people with masks all over them hospitals, man. You know, and that's in China, man. And you know, Americans are even more bugged out. Okay, so they're gonna go crazy, man, when they can't get treatment and they can't get in these hospitals after being sick. Okay, they're gonna bug the hell out. All right, and these people are already bugging out. You know, they're basically overreacting. All right, which as they should, because the Lord is judging. The Lord is sending judgment, man. You know, it says, all right, so that's beds. Now masks. Feds say we have national stockpile of 12 million masks and 30 surgical masks. Um, there are about 18 million healthcare workers in the U.S. Let's assume only 6 million are working any given day. This is likely an underestimate, as most people work most days of the week. But again, I'm playing conservative at every turn. Okay. It says, how quickly could we ramp up production of new masks? Not very fast at all. The vast majority are manufactured overseas, almost all in China. Even when manufactured here in the U.S., the raw materials are predominantly from overseas. Again, predominantly from China. All right, and China, China not being able to produce things, man. That's heavy. Okay, that alone, because America gets all of its um, a lot of its resources from China. Okay, to make things. All right, so we haven't even really felt the effects of China not being able to produce. All right, let's see. So let's get some precepts and get into it. All right, let's get 2nd Ezra 15, and I'll start at 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand, with a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and the punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. So just like Egypt, the Lord judged Egypt. The Lord is going to judge America, man, because America's spiritually Egypt. Okay, and this thing is happening, man. This thing is revving up, man. Okay, Here is the global cases. Here's a chart. This is exponential growth right here from January 20th to now is May 9th, March 9th. Okay, this is exponential growth. You look at the when you look at the chart. Okay, global cases. All right, so there's a lot more. So that's just dealing with the hospital beds and the the staffing and the masks. Okay, so America is not prepared. There's no way that they can get prepared. All right, there's no possible way. All right. Now, another thing to be alarmed of is the market crash. Okay, it says Dow closes with a 7.8 drop, largest since 2008, on oil slump and coronavirus fears. Okay, stocks are cratering as markets close on Monday, with the Dow down close to 7% and the largest single-day drop in New York Stock Exchange history, and Nasdaq not far behind. Coronavirus and drop in oil prices are to blame. Okay, the Dow was down 7.8% at the close of trading on Monday, and with the S&P and Nasdaq not far behind at negative 7.61. Okay, look at these markets. They're dropping, man. Everything is dropping. Let's get this. Let me get this preset real quick. All right. Let's get everything is gonna stop. Everything is gonna halt. All right. So we gotta get ready for this thing to pop off, man. You know, because they're gonna implement martial law. They're gonna implement everything, man. This could be very well the reason for them to implement the chip and all kinds of things, man. Okay, this is Ecclesiastes 12 and 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets. So what is this talking about? This is talking about your markets crashing. Okay? It says the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Okay? So these streets are gonna be darkened, man. You know? There's gonna be nothing but boarded up places, and everything is gonna take a toll, because once the stock market crashes, that's gonna do away with the dollar. Okay, everything's gonna take everything is going to react from this coronavirus, man. You know, and it's inevitable. We just haven't seen the effects yet. Usually things take weeks and months, which we just read how the hospitals, that could take weeks and months. Okay, forget the oil prices. The whole U.S. dollar bubble is deflating. This is Peter Schiff, which is a well-known economy expert. It says the drop in oil prices is likely to be short-lived, okay, since the deflation of the whole U.S. debt bubble and crash of the dollar will make the prices of oil and commodities bounce up. Decline in demand for oil to the coronavirus epidemic, further reinforced by the demise of OPEC production cuts agreement, has crashed the U.S. and world markets, sending traders into a panic selling mode. The ongoing turmoil will certainly hit the oil industry heavy, but the impact is likely to reach far beyond it. Okay? All right. A lot of Americans may think it's good that they not going to pay as much for gas, but a lot of them are going to lose their jobs, so they will not going to need to drive to work anyway, so the savings won't be as big. All right. The dollar debt bubble is bursting, man. Hey, this thing is heating up, man. This very well may be the year. Okay, 2020 being the year of prophecy. Okay. All of Italy will be red zone. Public gatherings banned. People to move only for emergency and work. This is in Italy. All right, which they're shutting. I got cut off. All right, but yeah, man, this thing is heating up, man. I mean, this is the end, man. This is not showing any signs of slowing down. All right, the apostles coined it the year 2020 being the year of prophecy. Okay, so the judgment is here, man. Judgment is definitely here. This coronavirus is going to get millions. And also, like I said, in Italy, they're shutting down. They're shutting down sporting events. Okay, it's rumored that the NBA games and all the big games, okay, the fans, they'll have to play without fans in the arena. Big sporting events, big concerts will be shut down. Probably churches, probably funerals and weddings and all these things where a lot of people gather. All right, you're not really gonna have any big assemblies and gatherings like that no more, man. You know, look at Italy. Look at Italy, man. It says restricting movement and banning public gatherings. Okay. All right. So that's basically implementing a martial law. Okay. People are going to be on lockdown. Matter of fact, let's get this. It says, verse 15, for the sword and their destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Matter of fact, here's the point. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Okay, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Okay, so that means cities are going to be on utter lockdown, man. You know, they're trying to figure out what to do with this Coachella festival. Okay, you know, people don't even want to make plans to go out of country anymore because you don't know, you know, if you're gonna waste your money or not. You know, it's not a good time to travel. It's not a good time to do anything, man. You know, um, what else? Oh, it's also hit Atlanta. All right, and they're shutting down schools in Atlanta. There's two schools in Fulton County, which is like downtown area Atlanta, which have well, there's two students that have basically been tested and confirmed to have the coronavirus, so they're shutting down the whole school system. All right, so and they're also petitioning to shut down colleges, Georgia State and all the other colleges. So within the next couple of weeks, we're gonna see a lot of closings, a lot of school closings and all and things of that nature. So yeah, that's all I got. Lord willing, you were edified. Want to give our praises to Yahawah, BAHSHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHSHAM, RAKAKUDASH, the YAHWAH, BAHSHAM, YAHAWASHI, for bringing judgment and prophecy to America. All right, this is what we've been waiting on. This is what we've been praying for. All right, is the downfall of America, and it's happening. All right, so double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom.